Hey guys, now that the entire Okinawa series is up on my YouTube, I would like to offer both a thank you as well as an apology. Regarding a thank you, first of all, I'd like to say a great big thanks to all of the teachers and people that were involved and took part in the series. We got some absolutely fantastic interviews, some really great knowledge and information from all of the people that were willing to share on the channel, that were so generous to offer their time to talk to us. It was really fantastic. But I especially want to give a very special thank you to three people who really made this series possible. The first is James Pankovic. So James is a long-term resident of Okinawa. He is a practitioner of Shorin-ryu. And it was actually him who reached out to me and put forward this idea of coming to Okinawa to film a series on the martial arts of the island. He very kindly offered to host me and Joel, gave us a place to stay, which cut down on costs immensely, and he facilitated pretty much all of the interviews that we did. He came along to translate in many cases, and he showed us around the island. He was incredibly generous. So I really cannot thank James enough. Now, James actually has a dojo in Naha City, the Asato Dojo. So if you are visiting Okinawa, I highly suggest you go and visit his dojo to do some training. He teaches his own Shorin-ryu karate there. He also has several other teachers that teach a range of different styles. It's a fantastic training environment, a fantastic community, and great people there. So I highly recommend that. James also runs a martial arts streaming platform called Bujin TV. Which offers ad-free videos on a range of martial arts, mostly focused on like Okinawan and Japanese stuff, but there's a lot of other things on there too. You can find a lot of my content on there. Jesse Enkamp has a lot of content. Byron Jacobs with his Mushin martial culture is also on there. Empty Mind Films documentaries are all on there, as well as a range of tutorials, seminar recordings, interviews with top masters of various martial arts. It's an absolutely fantastic resource for martial artists, and if that's something of interest to you, you can go to bujin.tv. You can get the first month free by using the voucher code Monkey Steals Peach. That's all one word with no spaces, all lowercase. You can get a month free. I highly recommend that. Now, secondly, I would also like to thank my good friend Joel Ackerman. He has contributed hugely to my channel in the past, helping to film, helping to edit. On this particular series, he flew all the way from Switzerland to Okinawa to help me film this series, did some amazing camera work. I really appreciate his help. It was great hanging out together. He also offered to teach a seminar on Shaolin Kung Fu at James's dojo alongside me, I taught a Taiji Mantis seminar there. So, you know, that was really great of Joel. And thirdly, I would like to thank my editor, Douglas Ferguson. He did a fantastic job of editing this series. I think, you know, he really took the Monkey Steals Peach content to the next level in terms of quality, and really did justice to the interviews that we did, and to make that trip, you know, as exciting for you guys to watch as it was for us to take part in it. Now, Douglas is a professional filmmaker based in New York, and he has a documentary that he is making alongside Demi Guo. They are filming a documentary called New York Jianghu, where they're looking at the martial art legacy of Chinatown in New York. That's currently under production. There is quite a lot of social media content you can check out on Instagram and stuff, so have a look at New York Jianghu. It's a fantastic project. I cannot wait till it comes out, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. So once again, a big thank you to both these three, as well as everyone else who was involved and contributed their time to the Okinawa series. Now, I also want to offer an apology with this Okinawa series as well for the subtitles. There's been some issues with the subtitles, particularly in the third and fourth episodes. The third has already been corrected, so if you are watching the third one, just make sure you switch the subtitles on so that the corrected subtitles on YouTube will display over the top of the original ones. The fourth one is still in works, but it should be done within the next few days. The reason I want to apologize is because there were some errors with the translation in the subtitles. It was down to carelessness on my part. I take full accountability and acknowledge that that was, you know, completely something that I should have avoided. this YouTube channel has been built on the foundations of trying to have as much integrity and accuracy to all of my content as possible. That's always been something that's very, very important to me, but I feel that I have, I failed to hit the mark here, and I've fallen short of expectations I've put on myself, but also expectations that you guys have all put in me. Basically, what we did was, as Doug and I are not Japanese speakers, we, after a lot of discussion on how to best go about subtitling the Japanese interviews that were not translated directly by James being there, we decided that we would use a software to transcribe the audio from the Japanese, and then to use AI to translate that into English, and then put those subtitles over the top. And then we sought out some Japanese speaking people that we knew to go over those subtitles and verify the accuracy for us. Unfortunately, with the third episode, the subtitles came out very, very badly. Despite having them checked by a Japanese speaker, the result was really short of expectation. There were significant errors. I had several people from the karate community reach out to me and tell me that the subtitles had some grave errors, and the information had been misconstrued. And so, very kindly, James, despite being an incredibly busy person, reached out to me, and he offered me corrected subtitles, which they then put onto YouTube and uploaded over the top. And then for the fourth part, we got 3 different people who were Japanese speakers to check the subtitles, and they basically all signed off on it. Unfortunately, I was feeling that I had to get the content out as quickly as possible, because I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I know that the third and fourth part there had been a significant gap between the first 2 parts and these parts, and I was kind of feeling the pressure to just get it out. And so rather than waiting to get James or somebody with the martial arts knowledge to basically sign off and make sure that the information was accurate, I foolishly published the videos too soon, and unfortunately the fourth part also had some errors which we're now in the process of getting corrected. So I just want to say that I take full accountability for the mistakes that are in the subtitles. I know that some people may say that this is not a very big issue, but I think it is. To me, this has been very embarrassing, and I feel incredibly bad about it, because, as I say, I've always striven to be as accurate as I can with everything that I put out there on this channel. I think it's important. There's a lot of martial art content on YouTube these days that's very sensationalist, that's clickbaity, and sometimes misconveying things, whether on purpose or not. But a lot of content is focused on getting more and more views and creating that kind of creating a lot of talk and sensationalism. But I've tried to avoid that. I've always believed that putting things out there accurately is better for the long-term development of martial arts, for the community, for the sake of the community, and for posterity. I put content out there not with the goal of getting lots of clicks in a short term and getting hundreds of thousands, millions of views within a week or a couple of weeks, and and then kind of you watch it and you move on, you forget. The purpose of the content that I'm putting out there is something that I want to stand the test of time. I want to look decades down the line and say Monkey Steals Peach contributed something to the martial art community. He put a lot of information out there, things that weren't accessible to an English language audience, to a Western audience previously. And so for me, it's very, very important, and that's why I felt that I need to put this video out there, and I need to apologize to you guys and let you know that I feel incredibly bad about falling short of the mark here, and that I will strive to do much better with the channel in the future. And I thank all of you for your support. I think that everything I've done, everything I've achieved with this channel has always been because of you guys, because of the support of this amazing community, because of the help of amazing people, you know, all of the masters that are willing to showcase their arts, the researchers that are willing to share their insights with me, the people that are helping to make the channel, you know, to make these videos, such as James, Doug, Joel, like other friends that I've worked with in the past. And I think, you know, any of the mistakes and misgivings and any sort of falling short is completely 100% on my head. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I hope that I will do a better job with future Monkey Steal Speech endeavors.